Hey everybody, Matt Mayhem here, and today I'm going to talk about the patch 2.2 for Final Fantasy XIV. The reason why I want to talk about this patch is because I believe it was pretty significant to propel the game to go forward. They added a whole bunch of new stuff in it, and one of the main things that everybody's been having an issue with Final Fantasy XIV would be the fact that there is no additional content. You would get to 50, and yes, there would be the Binding Coil of Bahamut, which was the end game content, but the Binding Coil of Bahamut was 5 turns, which one of the turns really you didn't even do anything with it, and I wouldn't really even qualify that as addition any kind of end game content, just because it was you could do turns 1 through 5, 1 through 4. We'll say 1 through 4, which most people did. You could do them in about 45 minutes, and you could only do it once a week. And then you have turn 5, which was considered the hardest content of the game. Once you got it down, it took a little bit, maybe, I don't know, about a week or two of practice. Once you had that down, it was, I don't know, a 35-minute fight. So initially you could do turns 1 through 5 in about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. So that, along with the the primals, which you had a hard mode in 2.0, and 2.1 we had extreme mode. Extreme mode was hard. It was difficult, but it was just a matter of getting 7 people along with yourself to practice and learn it and know the patterns of everything. So once you had that down, I was, and most of the end game people, such as myself, was doing all the end game stuff. You're able to do all of the content in about a day. And this included capping your mythology at the time and anything else that you wanted to do. So for the rest of the week, we really didn't have anything to do except for play other games, level other characters, or level other classes, and level up the crafting. And once you really got to that point where you got through all that, there wasn't anything to do. You just tried to make as much money as you can. Now they did add in the housing system so that the free companies would have something to work towards. This would kind of add something that you were grinding out, but I mean, even then, it really wasn't enough. There wasn't enough free companies that wanted to just grind out to get a house, which, in my opinion, really didn't even do any. It doesn't do anything. It's just an aesthetic. So you can say, I have a house. Our free company has a house. We're so good, we have a house. So the game, super fun. It just wasn't enough content. Now with patch 2.2, I really feel like that they've taken the reins and really added in the stuff that they needed to, and make the game a long-lasting game, something that you want to pay a monthly subscription to play. So in patch 2.2, they added in new coil turns. So we have new endgame content, coil turns 6 through 9, which our free company's been doing, and it's been extremely difficult, and I like that. Extremely difficult's good. They've also added in Leviathan, a new primal, that in a hard mode and extreme mode. Super fun, really really unique battle system to it, where you actually fight him on a boat, and the boat can tip left and right whenever he hits it with the stomach, and he does dashes and all kinds of crazy stuff going on. So we have that. Then we have new crafting recipes. So that way, everybody that was crafting before now has more to do, more ways of making money, and more ways of putting money into the economy. This is another big issue that we'd had before, was that everybody just kept price cutting on the market, and it just kept making all of the things that were up go for so cheap. You would make no money unless you had every craft leveled, and that way you could basically 100% craft 2-star items that you could put out for a ton of money. Not even really a ton of money. Even those are being price cut, and there wasn't even really a way that people could flip stuff on the market either. They say they would, but they really weren't. Everything just kept going down. So, new crafting recipes. The new crafting recipes have items that come from things that the gathering classes can now gather up that are new gathering items. This is a very big help because those items are actually a little bit hard to get, so therefore people will charge a little more money for those, causing the crafters to charge a little bit more money to make something. Therefore, again, stimulating the economy. You want more money to be going into it. More money that goes into it, more money that comes out of it. So, this is good stuff. They also added in the Glamour System, which is an aesthetic thing, but I like it. I think it's cool. I like the fact that I don't have to look like everybody else. I like the fact that if if I have something that has pretty good stats on it, something that I like a lot, I don't want to look like that so much. You can make that piece of equipment look like something else. So yeah, with the Glamour System, basically what it is you are able to give a piece of equipment that's visible another piece of equipment's view. Like for instance, if you have some kind of Allegan gear, you don't really like the way the Allegan gear looks, but you like the way your artifact gear looks. You can apply the way that the artifact gear looks onto the Allegan gear, so you have that look, but the Allegan stats. So I think that looks really cool. Also, there's new housing items for anybody that was really interested in the housing. There's some of them that look pretty cool. The Leviathan fountain looks neat. And then I've seen a couple of other pieces of furniture that people have gotten on the server that I'm on that look pretty cool. Also, they added in leveling for the retainers. So your retainer can now have its own class, and you can assign it to go out and do missions. This will give it experience points, level up, and bring you back items. Now, they can bring back all kinds of crazy stuff. I saw one retainer bring somebody back some kind of it was a piece of furniture for a house, but it was a couch made out of bat wings or something. I have no clue what it was, but I didn't really get to look at it. Somebody just had linked it for a second. But it was like crazy. So they got a piece of furniture that they had returned back with. Another one had returned back with like primal weapons. They were equipping primal weapons on them and stuff. All kinds of crazy stuff that they do. But they make you a bunch of money because they bring back items that you normally can't even farm up. And even if you could farm up, they're bringing you back items that you would be getting. Like, for instance, one of my retainers I have set as a botanist. So she'll bring back logs and stuff that I can use for my crafting, so I don't have to go out there and farm them up myself. So with all of this content, oh wait, one more. They also increased the relic weapons or zenith weapons. They made it now where we can upgrade them using Atma into a Zodiac weapon. Zodiac weapons are actually pretty cool. So it takes your Zenith weapon, and it makes an item 100, and then you're able to increase the stats by doing these different quests, which eventually they had already announced that it will become more customizable what stats you would like to have in the weapon. So it's more customizable. It also gives it a little bit different look, and it definitely is a bigger grind to get it to be a Zodiac weapon than it ever was to be a Zenith weapon. So, with all this additional content, the way that they have done all of this is they've made everything a little more of a grind. They've made everything have a lot more longevity to it. So with that, we now can see an MMO that will last. You're not going to be able to complete all of the content from this patch until probably after the next two patches, because there's just so much of it, and they're making it last for so long. So with that being said, everybody that I know had previously left the MMO, not because it wasn't a fun game or they didn't like it, but just because it didn't have enough content in it, I strongly suggest you come back and try it out now, just because it really does look like a game that's starting to shape up to be something that everybody would want to play and everybody would stick to. It's got things for the casual gamer, a lot of things for the casual gamers. It's got a lot of things now for the hardcore gamers. Really difficult stuff. It's got a lot of just really unique fights that they've added into the game that I've never seen in any other MMO that I've ever played. And I've been playing MMOs now for about 15 years or so. Yeah, but around 15 years. So, and these are completely unique fights that I haven't ever seen. It is really fun actually trying to figure out how to go through the fight and how to beat it. So if you end up, if you haven't played the game, or if you're coming back to the game, I recommend don't use YouTube or use a strategy guide or anything else. Like, really just try to figure out the fight by yourself. It makes it actually pretty interesting. None of them are like overly difficult. It's just you have to use your brain a little bit to actually go through and beat the fight, and that makes it real fun too. So let's see. And really, that is about it. I like I said, I suggest anybody that has left to go ahead and if you're on the fence, if you want to try the game, or if you aren't sure if you want to come back and play the game, because it was fun, but it ran out of content real quick, and you're like, okay, I was done with that one. Yeah, go ahead and try it out again. I actually recommend paying for give it a month. Pay for 1 month. That's $15, and try it out. But yeah, anybody that has any kind of question about it, yeah, go ahead and give it a try. So until next time, I'm Matt Mayhem, and I'll see you later.